You're now listening to INCRadio United Kingdom Satellite Studio.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone tuning in right now. This is INC Radio, United Kingdom Satellite Studio, and my name is CJ Ellison from Dublin, here in the Republic of Ireland. Today is the 6th of April, and the current time is it's 2 minutes past the hour of 5 in the afternoon. Of course, I'm not going to be alone. Here in our show today. I'm going to be introducing you to our one of our OG hosts. Um, Hello, are you there?
I like how you said OG host, but I feel like I'm just a filler host. I'm not a real host, but I'm your co-host this afternoon, and like to say hello to everyone joining us. And I do hope everybody is enjoying their Sunday afternoon. And again, you are watching and listening to INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio, and you're listening to Substation Ireland, by the way. And yes, we'd like to say hello to CJ and to everyone listening to us this afternoon. It's so nice to be joining you once again and sharing to you all of the things that we have here on INC Radio United Kingdom that we would like to share to you. So this afternoon, we have so much to unpack and to tell you about. But yes, our topic discussion for this afternoon is all about the fun spring activities that we could do here because spring is around, so many things that we could enjoy. And then we will also be sharing to you some of the activities conducted in the districts of Ireland, Britain North, and Britain South. And we will also be sharing to you an Iglesia ni Cristo music video uh, called Still Blessed by God. And there's so many more. So please continue to tune in on INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio. CJ, by the way, there's so many things that we would like to discuss, right? And it's such a fun topic that we have for this afternoon.
Yes, exactly, Stanley. And thank you for giving us that quick recap. And again, for those who are tuning in live right now on our YouTube live streaming, please do um, give your comments as well and leave some comments to say hi and also to participate in our topic discussion later on. So we'll jump to our topic discussion for today's episode. So, like what Sandy said, we're going to discuss some fun activities that we do during the spring season because it's April and April starts the spring season and we can see the flowers bloom, the fresh air coming in, although it's still cold here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've heard in some other countries in Europe suddenly that the air is actually I mean the general weather is actually quite a bit warm now. I'm quite jealous. So I'm really looking forward to being in the summer sunshine. Although spring also gives really good hope for a sunny weather in the coming weeks. We'll talk
Yes,
about
like even today, we're experiencing such a nice summery weather. But then I was saying to somebody just today that like it's a bit misleading in a way because it's so sunny outside, but there's still a cold chill in the air. So those who are around Ireland, please continue to use your jackets and your coats because it's very chilly outside. Although the sun is out and it's so nice outside, please keep
yes.
yourself wrapped up still because you like this chill gets to you and it might cause you to get ill if you're in and out of the cold and then the hot areas.
Exactly, and I couldn't agree more when you said it. It's a bit misleading, because yesterday was a really warm day. During the sunny day, so I decided to go out in my shorts, and instantly regret it. Evening with 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 chilly wind trying to hit me every single time I go for a walk. So I went for a walk last night and on my shorts, and it was a really bad decision. But anyway, yeah, keep your jackets on, especially your coats on when you're outside during this month anyway. in the coming weeks, we'll hope for a more summery weather. So we'll start with our first question. Sandy, what are some activities that you enjoy doing during the spring season?
There's actually so many activities that I do enjoy. One of which is running or walking outside. It's such a nice feeling to be outside walking or just enjoying the breeze while you're out running, and especially here in the Republic of Ireland, we have so many different trails. So like there are some areas that are a bit more like plain and not so hilly, ideal for those who are getting started in their like running kind of era, as they say. So it's nice and like flat the areas. And also there are some areas, especially from where I live currently, there is a steady incline. So there's a hill. So it means that there's a little bit more of a challenge, right? Um, when you're going up the hill, and it keeps you kind of like out of breath in a way, but in a good way. And also, there are more steep inclines. So, if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, then you could go to the more hilly areas of Ireland and kind of challenge yourself. And there are also like more coastal beachy, obviously it's gonna be a sandy kind of texture. So if you want to even more challenge yourself when it comes to running, then you could go explore that area and that surface. So for me, one of the activities that I do really enjoy is getting back into running or walking, but more like a fast-paced kind of walking, and also cycling. Like for those who haven't explored Ireland just yet, there's so many paths and trails in Ireland that you could easily explore on a bike. And especially, I'd like to point this out. It's I think it's called Greenway. So it's the counties between Dublin and Galway. There is a trail that just opened about two years ago. So it's a trail that used to be a train track, but it's no longer used. So now all of those councils in between those two counties have opened up that track for people to use as a cycling path. So it's a very scenic, it's a very nice area because it's so there's so many greeneries and lush green trees all around, and it's very secluded from the normal roads. So it's only for people who are walking or cycling, and it's along the canal or the riverside, so you could see the water, so you could hear like the water flowing, and it's such a like calming kind of sound to hear, especially if you're doing a bit of walking or cycling. So it not only kind of relaxes your mind when you're running or cycling, but it also calms your nerves as you hear like the sound of water. So those are just a few of the things that I do enjoy and want to take part of, especially now that it's the spring season. What about you, CJ? I know there's so many things that you'd like to do, but I have the one thing in mind that I know you're gearing up to do.
Yes, and I couldn't agree more when people enjoy doing things outdoors, like outdoorsy things during the spring season as a preparation for the summer season. But yeah, as you mentioned, I do enjoy hiking so much so that I could go by myself. um if my hiking buddies are not available because of their schedule. But yeah, for me, not really on the spring season, but I think it's mostly, I think I would mostly enjoy it during the summer season because of the heat, and also the sun is really like really literally out as well. But if we're talking about the spring season, yeah, we could do a bit of hiking. That's not too. It's not like it's really just exclusive for summer season. But if we're if we're talking about the spring season, I would do maybe a bit walking bit of walking and also a bit of running as well, like you do. Yeah, I'm actually go running after this. You just kind of motivated me there. um, also because we have we still have 2 hours before sunset, so yeah, those are some of the things. I think it's just generally with people, it's just going being outdoors during the spring season where the sun starts to come out more often than before. So it's just being outdoors in general. But for me, um, I mostly enjoy being outdoors, having walks. But again, it's kind of limited for me personally. It's just because of the cold winds as well. So it's not as dynamic as in the summer season. But still, there are a lot of activities that we could do during the spring season.
I usually now, like for especially for those who are just getting into running or even like fast-paced walking, I use springtime as for me to get back into the like the rhythm of things, because like you can't start running straight. Like straight away, you have to ease yourself into it. So now, especially that in the spring season, it's not like the weather is not fully stable just yet. So like it helps my body to just get into the rhythm. So like maybe I'll do like a walk or a run like 2 or 3 times a week, and then when the summer season is finally around, then I could pick up the pace and maybe do two, like 3 or 4 runs in a week. So I use springtime as kind of like my springboard in a way to get myself into the rhythm of things. And I don't know if our listeners and our viewers do that too, especially if you're really into like sporting activities. But also, I know like a lot of people that use spring as a way of preparing themselves for the things that they will majorly do for the entire summer. I don't know if you know a lot of people that are like that, CJ.
Yeah, well, not really, but I do know a lot of I do some know some people that are using the spring season to kind of like jumpstart everything before the summer season starts. Um, it's not really that popular. I don't think it's that popular here, the term spring cleaning, because I myself don't really do it.
You're revealing yourself to our listeners and our viewers, right?
Well, I do cleaning all year round, so it's not just exclusive to spring. It's really bad if you just do cleaning on the spring season. But yeah, I think it's I think it's they use some people you do use that do use the season to like clean stuff, kind of like do a kind of reset before the summer season start, because summer really is the season where we do like really loads of activities, more that we could do than the past seasons, the winter and the spring. And I think it's just like a jump start towards a more warmer weather and sunny weather. And I think it's nice as well to like, because when you're doing like a spring cleaning and stuff, it's the time to take the winter coats off the coat hangers, and you put them inside your closets, deep inside your closets, to give some more space to more summery clothes and to more summer stuff, and anything along um those lines. So
Like I feel like for me, like I don't know if it's just me, but like I'm a bit hesitant to put away some of my coats because knowing how Ireland is, like it could be like summery and hot 1 minute, and it could be like blistering cold next. So I always try as much as I can, even if I don't want to. I have to like keep 1 or 2 coats just to have there, because if you put it away into boxes, it's just not very accessible. So I advise everyone those who are going to venture out this side of things in the UK or in Ireland, please don't put away your winter coats. Not just yet, um, because it's still a bit cold. But I don't know about you, CJ, but I know some people are gearing up for spring to plan their summer things, like especially those who are thinking of doing barbecues and stuff. I know my family, even though as early as last week, I think my family is already planning on things that we're going to do for barbecue. And I know a lot of our listeners and our viewers do that too. And like one of the things that popped up during our conversations planning things for our spring activities is like the typical Filipino barbecue. I don't know if you've been like for me, I've been dreaming about it. I've been thinking about it, of the things that we would like to do for our barbecue, and I can't wait to barbecue some pork belly. I don't know if you do enjoy that too. I know I'm making our listeners and our viewers really hungry, but yes, I can't wait to barbecue some Filipino style pork belly.
Oh yeah, that sounds really enjoyable. Yeah, those are one of the things that you really enjoy during the summer, and uh, doing barbecues and stuff. But I actually, yeah, I do. Those are one of the things that I really enjoy as well. I think it's not just during the summer season that we could do barbecues. I think it's just any sunny weather in general, as long as it's not really that, you don't have that winter chill around you. It's really enjoyable, but it's really most popular during the summer season, and it's really fun. And I do enjoy that, but mostly I would mostly enjoy being on the beach as well. Um, I mean, not all beaches in Dublin would allow you to do barbecues on the seashore, but I would really do enjoy doing barbecues along the seaside, because I'm not sure, there's just something there, the vibes when you're doing barbecue along the sea, buried with your feet buried in the sand, and just waiting for your barbecue, especially seafood stuff. I love barbecuing seafood, um, just because it's very refreshing. Having It's not like, I do enjoy the typical barbecues as well, like pork, chicken, and anything else, but it's just more refreshing when you do barbecues with seafood, um, and along the sea as well. It's just so it's very I can picture all this stuff on my head right now, doing all
Well,
those.
I don't know if you've done it, CJ, but like also here in Ireland, there are some areas, like the coastal areas here in Dublin. I don't know if anyone has done it recently. So if you have done it, please do comment on our live chat, and please let us know, those who are doing this particular activity that I'm about to mention. If you do pick up mussels around the coast, there are particular coastal areas here in Ireland that you're allowed to do that. So, and we like when I was younger, we used to do that quite a lot, especially with our friends from church. We would gather all together and we just like pick mussels and stuff. So I don't know if anyone also enjoys doing that activity, like picking mussels um, around the coast. And if you do that as well in the United Kingdom, please do let us know. And we enjoy pick mussels and then cleaning them and then enjoying them later on for lunch or for late or for early dinner, let's say. Um, and those are the things that we enjoy, like pre-summer kind of activity, like maybe late spring, but something that we eagerly await for, especially during spring season. Now that brings us to the second part of our questions. CJ, I have another one. What are some unique spring activities in your area that you think people might enjoy?
I think personally, for me, I do see a lot of people doing their gardening mostly during the spring season. I think it's because it's a lot more easier to grow your plants, grow your crops during the spring season, when there's more sun, and when there's more when there's more sunshine, because as plants, they thrive on sunshine. So a lot of people do I do see a lot of people do gardening and cleaning off their gardens, taking off some unnecessary weeds, during the spring season, just because yeah, plants do grow a lot during this season, and especially weeds as well in your gardens. So uh, I think well, personally, I don't really enjoy gardening. I think it's just, I'm not sure. I just don't vibe with it. But I do, I do enjoy fruit picking because I know I'm gonna eat it eventually. But when it comes to like gardening and stuff, I think it's really popular during the spring, because yeah, just like what I mentioned earlier, it's plants more thrive more during the season when there's a lot more sunshine.
Yeah, like I'm with you with that. I'm not, I think I will mention this. I'm not a plantita. So for those who don't know, plantitas are those who enjoy gardening and looking after plants. That's the term that they coin right now, right? It's very trendy kind of term. Um, if you're a plant tito or tita, I'm not. I'm not very. I'm not very good at looking after plants. I could look after other things, but plants, not really. I prefer looking after plastic plants and keep them not dusty. That's it. But also, I do
Yes.
enjoy, like you, I enjoy picking fruits and vegetables. There is a lot of areas here in both South Dublin and North Dublin, right, where you could pick your own vegetables and fruit, particularly when strawberry is in season. And also, I think it's a very indigenous plant or herb or flower is elderflower. I don't know if you had a chance to try that, CJ, elderflower.
Um, I think I might have, Sandy, but I'm just not sure if it really what it was, because I just keep eating stuff, even though I don't know what it's. As long as they're tasty,
So
as
for
long as
those who
they're
don't know,
yeah, as long as they're tasty, I just enjoy it. I don't even care what it's called. It's just there.
so for those who don't know, elderflower is a flower. Obviously, it's a flower, and then a lot of it was used as to make a sweet cordial or a juice concentrate. So you just add water, and you make a syrup out of the flower, and you add water, and it becomes kind of like a refreshing drink. It could be kind of your substitute to a lemonade in a way, but it's such a fruity, citrusy, flowery kind of like plant or flower. It's such a nice, if you had a chance to try it, it's so nice. So like there are areas here in the Republic of Ireland where you'd be able to pick out elderflower, actually wild mushrooms as well, and strawberries that are in season. So those are some, I feel like, unique activity in the spring season that people could take part of here. Because I know in both our areas in Dublin, people can do that, right, CJ?
Yeah, exactly. And I haven't really seen one of those in particular for myself, but I do hear a lot of people doing those kind of stuff. And then also, I think one thing that people might enjoy during spring season is oh, I actually forgot what it was, but I think it's something along those activities that you do during fruit picking. But I do hear a lot of people saying that whenever they do fruit picking in the garden and stuff, they convert it into a smoothie right away. I think there's some places in Dublin, I'm just not sure where exactly, where all of the fruits that you gather during the fruit picking activity, you can turn them into desserts right away, or you can cook them as pancakes, or you can make smoothies out of them, which I think is really enjoyable, especially for the kids. If you're bringing the kids on a fruit picking day, strawberries or apples. I think the most popular one would be strawberries. They bring them to to the shops or to the garden owners, and then help them convert them into desserts or into smoothies, which I think would be really enjoyable for families.
Oh, speaking of spring activities, I'd like to point out Brother Seth Hebrew, he just commented just there that for Heathrow, April 21, there will be an outdoor spring activity. So please wait for the venue. So we'd like to say hello to Brother Seth there. He was just mentioning a spring activity that the local congregation of Heathrow will be doing. So please tune in. All our brethren in the area of Heathrow, you'll be doing a spring activity. And also a lot of our ministers and workers in both Britain South, Britain North, and Ireland are commenting. So I'd like to say hello to all of you po. And we really appreciate all of your comments on our live chat. And I've seen comments from Brother Markfell. Hello, Brother Markfell, and to Brother Harley as well, and to Brother Eric Karigma as well. He mentioned a comment just there, and then there's so many more. We would like to read them out later on towards the end of our show, but we do appreciate all of your comments and your messages to us here on INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio. And yes, as we go back to our topic, CJ, yes, there's a lot of areas here in Dublin, or even outside of Dublin. Actually, there is a county called Wexford in the Republic of Ireland, where around end of springtime or towards the beginning of summer, they have an area where you could pick out your own strawberries, and they would turn that into any kind of thing on their menu. So as you said there, you could turn it into a jam. You could turn it into smoothies that they could serve to you straight away, and also they could turn it into one part of the dish. Like for example, they could use your strawberries as a compote to go on top of your pancakes. I think they do that too. And they also, I think, from what I could remember, they also do flavored meringues. So they could put your strawberries into a meringue dessert that you could enjoy in their property. But I know there's a lot of venues and locations that do that. So just like that, fruit picking is something to be enjoyed, and a unique activity that you could enjoy during springtime. And also, I don't know if you've heard some of the people here in the Republic, or I know some other areas in the United Kingdom as well. They're bringing back the activity of kite surfing or kite flying. I don't know if you've seen that, CJ, but like it's such a nice thing to see kids being involved in, and also their parents as well, like flying kites. I don't often see that anymore, but it's such an enjoyable activity that you could do in the Republic of Ireland, also in the United Kingdom, because we have breeze or strong steady winds that could help activities like that to be enjoyed by everyone, right? Like I think everyone would enjoy activities like that. I know it's a bit challenging. I've done it once. I don't know if you've done it yourself, CJ.
I have done it when I was a kid, but I think it's a really good idea to do it here as well. Because like I mentioned, during these seasons, the spring and especially in the summer season, when you're like up high in the mountains, it's a really good idea to do kite flying. I'm not sure if is that the same as kite surfing, because when I think of kite surfing, I'm not sure. It's a very bizarre imagination when you're like surfing the kite while it's flying. But anyway, let's just say it's kite flying. So I did that kind of stuff when I was a kid, but I haven't really done that recently. But it's actually a good idea to do it, especially in a really windy day. And we do get that here quite a lot, especially during the summer season. And yeah, I think it's one of the things that we could enjoy during these seasons, not just during the summer. We could do it as early as spring. We could go high up the mountains, do some bit of hiking, and then do some kite flying as well. We could make some kites out of scratch, Well, I don't really know how to do it, but or we could just order them online. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, so like practice kite flying, and then like we could do a bit of like picnic, right, to enjoy the nice breezy sunny weather outside and all the greeneries around us. So that's just one of the unique things that you could do during the spring season, and there's so many more that you could explore, especially things that you haven't done before. I think springtime is the best time to like explore activities that you haven't done before. I don't know if you've done kayaking, CJ. Have you like experienced or explored like kayaking activities around Ireland or even in the UK?
No, I haven't really, but it's actually those are actually one of the activities that I would want to do. But no, I haven't really done that before. Have you, Sandy? Because if I would do it myself, I think I would be really scared. Because I do see a lot of kayaking videos, and people just make it look so easier. When in when in reality, it's actually scary. If I imagine myself in it, because when you have to kayak in rapid waters, and then you don't know when you're gonna bump into anyway. But I haven't really tried it, but I think it's gonna be enjoying, as long as I'm not alone on a kayak. But then on a kayak, you're only by yourself, aren't you?
Like you could do it as a solo kayaker or like a tandem. I've done the tandem one with my sister, and we tried to like move ourselves forward. We just went in circles. I think it's just I don't know how to do it with another person. That we ended up twirling the kayak around. We just went around and around. We didn't move. We're in the same spot, and like we didn't move because we were doing it in the ocean. We didn't move in the same spot at all. Like we were just going like this. But I've done it on a like more stable river or canal area, and I like it like that. I feel like I think I prefer doing it by myself with another person, like in another kayak. You know, like you could talk with them while you're kayaking, but I can't do the tandem one. I don't know if any of our listeners and our viewers have done it as a tandem. Please give me some tips because I don't know how to do it as a tandem kayaker. I think brothers CJ can practice doing kayak for this spring
Yes,
season.
exactly. I would do a little bit of practice on kayaking as a sort of self exploration as well. But I can actually imagine having to do a tandem kayaking, because I think you'd really have to do it if you are going to do it anyway. You'd have to do it with somebody that you have a really good coordination with, or that or that somebody
Exactly.
that really
I
knows
think
you.
that's I think that's what we were lacking. We didn't have coordination or the core strength, to be honest. Because
Either
we were just like paddling away, but no coordination, no kind of like let's go this direction. I feel like you have to talk between the two of you which direction you're gonna go, because you'll just end up going around in circles.
Yeah, exactly. It does take a lot of practice as well. Doing kayaking, because it's not it's instead of not to end up having the waters control you instead of you controlling the kayak yourself. But anyway, but that brings us to our last question. Sandy, what are some spring season activities that both adults and children will enjoy apart from kayaking?
I feel like I don't know if it's a thing now, but just exploring the nature, finding like unusual insects and bugs. I don't know if people do that nowadays, but like exploring new species of butterflies or bugs. I feel like we're not really into exploring the little creatures all around us, because we easily assume that like those things are like bugs or insects that don't benefit us on our day-to-day living. But most of those insects help us like on our day-to-day life. Like, they help prevent other bigger insects to like, other insects that could go on the surface of like our bodies, like give us like infection or something. But like, just exploring other species of insects that maybe kids could be curious about, because normally you just point out like, bees, ladybugs, and stuff like that. But I feel like getting into knowing more insects and um, uh, smaller creatures is such a fun way, a fun spring activity that everybody could take part in, like young kids, young adults, and also their parents as well. And also, along with all the other spring activities that we've already mentioned, right? Like cycling, hiking, or even running. I know I've seen a video of a family that go together running. So the parents join together as runners. They're both runners, the dad and the mom, but they got the kids involved by letting the kids kind of run with them with the scooters and the bikes. So you could do that as a family, like the parents or even the younger kids could be running, and then somebody could be on a bike. So it could be a whole family affair, like any kind of spring activities that you could be doing. And also, just as we mentioned just a few minutes ago, like kayaking is such a fun activity that we could do. So we could introduce little children to be part of like some water sports that we feel like people might be hesitant to take part in, especially kayaking. You'd think that you'll fall into the water if you're not careful. Maybe if we introduce it to young kids, they would really enjoy themselves and not be too afraid of getting themselves wet or taking part in any kind of water sports. What about you, CJ? What do you think are some activities, spring activities that I haven't mentioned just yet that people of all sorts of age can take part in?
Um, well, I think I mentioned everything already. But for me, I think if you were to ask me, generally for adults and children or any age can enjoy would be being outdoors, walking outdoors, during a sunny weather, maybe light hiking as well. I know there are some areas here in Dublin, especially in Dublin mountains, where the hiking trails are paved, so it's a lot easier for people of any age to just walk up and down any trails because they're paved, and they can just wear their running shoes, or any trainers, because it's a lot more easier. You don't have to like wear specialty boots, hiking boots, to do some hiking, because of the paved trail. And yeah, I think in generally, yeah, any age can enjoy any people of any age can enjoy walking or hiking on this on during this season, and most especially during the summer season as well. But I do hear a lot of children enjoy fruit picking as well. That's why we mentioned that earlier during the first parts of our topic discussion, because kids and some adults as well do enjoy fruit picking quite a lot.
Yes, there's so many more activities that we would like to bring to you, like spring activities that you could take part in. But like that brings us to the end of our segment, our topic discussion for this afternoon. But don't be afraid, you could easily rewatch any part of our segment this afternoon by going on YouTube and typing in INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio and today's date, and you could rewatch that part of our show. But we are going on a quick station break, and we will be sharing to you an Iglesia ni Cristo Christian music video called Still Blessed by God. So please continue to tune in on IC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio, and we will be back with you shortly. So please do enjoy the CMB.
This is INC Radio,
DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
There are moments in your life when you stumble in the dark, when you're struggling to make it through the night. So you close your eyes and pray, and to God you humbly say, I am here, please draw near, show me the way. And you look up to a glimmering night sky, and you smile at the light of the stars. What you feel in the air, what's been there all around you, God's love. You are still blessed by God. And so forth you walk with a spring in your step as you wait for the dawning of day. You fear no shadows that lurk in the dusk, for God's love will light the way. And you look up to a glimmering night sky, and you smile at the light of the stars. What you feel in the air, what's been there all around you, God's love is still blessed by God. Hear God's words, ever close to your heart. Don't let go. Hold on of the good fight. No matter the darkness that covers the night, we have God's light. You look up to a glimmering night sky. You will smile at the light of the stars. You will feel it in the air, everywhere, all around you, God's love. You're still blessed by God. To a glimmering night sky. You will smile at the light of the stars. You will feel it in the air, everywhere, all around you, God's love. You're still blessed by God.
Welcome back on INCRadio, United Kingdom Satellite Studio. And we just brought to you an Iglesia ni Cristo music video called Still Blessed by God. And like to say hello to all of our brethren who took part in putting together that special production. And we do hope that you've enjoyed that music video. I did, CJ. It's such a inspiring song and music video, right? And it's such nice. It's so nice to see our young brethren, putting together a production like that.
Yes, exactly. And Sandy, it was very enjoyable. I just kind of immersed myself there. So I
You're
forgot
so
to,
immersed.
yeah, I forgot to bring everyone back to the show. But anyway, thank you. Shout out to everyone who were in the music video, and hope you are all well put. And now we're going to our CFO in action, where we will show you different activities that has happened in all of the districts, in the districts of Britain South, Britain North, and in Ireland. And we will start with Sandy. What are we going to start with?
Will be the Watan inaugural worship service, as you can see there on your screens. I would like to say hello to Brother Harley Alcantara, the District Supervising Minister of Britain South, and to Brother Markville as well, and all of the ministers and workers in Britain South. And we'd like to say hello to all of our brethren in the newly established Watton. I think it's a group worship service, and like to say hello to all of the brethren who took part in such um, in that particular activity. And it's such a great blessing to be always to take part in activity like that, where we continue to establish group worship services in local congregations all around the world, because we bring closer our brethren and other people who are not part of the church yet closer to hear about the words of our almighty God. And we'd like to say congratulations to our brethren who are part of that of that group worship service. And yes, it's always nice to see brethren who belong to that group worship service just established. And I know, brother CJ, there are activities like that happening in Ireland as well, right? And I know we've just in the past year we've done one ourselves, and there's so many more group worship services that will be established in the future for the District of Ireland, and we can't wait to be part of that, right?
Yes, exactly. Again, shout out to everyone there in the newly established group worship service of Wapton and the district ecclesiastical district of Britain South. Hope you are all doing well, po. And if you are tuning in, give your shout outs on our live chat. And the second one that we're going to show everybody, Stanley, is the again from the district of Britain South and from Rumford. It's a career show and share activity. And from the looks of it, and as you can see on the images that we're flashing currently, brethren in the different Christian family organizations are doing their career show and share. So where they share what they're doing in their daily lives and their professions, where they could inspire their younger brethren as well, to might do what they're doing at the moment, because within the and because there's loads of interests that they could share to our younger brethren, and it's such an eye-opening activity as well, because it not only does it show brethren with their current profession, but also they could inspire younger brethren to one day do the same thing that they're doing, in that are might be in their interest in the scope of their interest. So it's a really I hope everybody there from Romford did benefit from this kind of activity, and we always thank our church administration for approving these kinds of activities where we inspire our younger brethren to grow in their career and most of all in their faith in the church.
Yes, that's it's such a great activity to showcase the many career prospects of our young brethren, and also spark other brethren's interest into maybe looking at the career as well, while being united with the aims and goals of the church administration by keeping the youth gathered together and always be strengthened in their faith through activities just like that. And that brings us to the end of our CFO in Action segment. And there's so many more activities that we'd like to bring to you. So please continue to tune in on INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio. And there's so many more activities that we'd like to bring to you. And also, yes, please continue to tune in so you could hear and watch the activities happening in your own local congregations and your clusters as well. We'd like to showcase them here on INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio. So please approach your multimedia officers in your local congregation so we could bring them here on INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio and share them with everyone listening, not only here in the districts of Ireland, Britain North, and Britain South, but all over the world as well. Now, brothers, CJ, that brings us to the end of our program. It's such a quick program that we just had, and there's so many things that we've discussed, right? But before we do that, would you like to share our greetings here on INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio?
Yes, Stanley. I'm gonna read from our live chat here on our YouTube live streaming, some of the greetings from our brother Seth Hebrew. He sent his greetings to um Ka Alan Del Rosario's dad, who's celebrating his 92nd birthday today. Happy 92nd birthday po to Ka Erning Del Rosario, the father of Ka Alan Del Rosario, who is one of our ministers here in the District of Ireland. Happy birthday po. And also from Ken Noel, happy viewing everyone from local congregation of Notting Hill. From Alvin Messina, happy watching to all. And from Heathrow, and from Michael Bautista. Shout out to Megan, Isabel, and Kayla. Heathrow Binhi, well represented today on INC Radio UK. Well done, sister. Hashtag Heathrow, hashtag Binhi. There you go. Very energetic comment there on on one of our brothers. What about you, Sandy? Anything there from your end?
I'd just like to point out that a lot of our friends, our listeners who are tuning in, are from the local congregation of Heathrow, and I'd like to point out like the huge support that we just got from them all throughout our program this afternoon. I'd like to say thank you to all of you who took your time to comment during our show, and I'd like to say hello to all of you and thank you for spending a little bit of your Sunday afternoon with us. And yes, there's so many more comments that I'd like to read out, but we're just inundated with our live comments. But we have to say our goodbyes. We've reached the end of our program, I'm afraid.
Yes, well, regrettably, we'll hopefully be able to read during our next episodes. But again, we would like to extend our greeting to our district supervising ministers of the districts of Britain. First, for the district of Britain South, Brother Carly Alcantara, also Brother Anthony Pena, our district supervising ministers of Britain North, and also our district supervising minister here in the District of Ireland, Brother Pepito Acosta. We would also like to extend our warm greetings to the rest of the ministers and workers in the districts of Britain South, Britain North, and Ireland. So we hope that you've enjoyed our show today, and please continue to tune in to INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio. Keep on watching and listening to INC Radio via live audio and video streaming at iglesia.net/INC Radio. You can also listen to the live audio streaming through your mobile phones by downloading the INC Radio mobile app on your smartphones or via the YouTube channel. Just type and search INC Radio United Kingdom Satellite Studio and click on any of our show dates live now. And don't forget to visit CEBSI Incorporated on Facebook, Instagram, and X regarding church events that's happening around the world. And from everyone here at INC Radio UK,
Bye, everyone. Happy Sunday. Bye.
Save all our connection.